Today's special guest is Joanne.
You could call me Joe because we don't do actual syllables, but yeah.
You're looking at this, so you won't know my name. I was about to say your whole government name.
Whole government name, but we don't do that over here.
Too ghetto.
Too ghetto.
Today's topic is social media versus reality. Who are we without the filters?
I don't believe in filters. I'm such a person. But yes.
Why don't you believe in filters?
I mean, I'm handsome, so I don't really subscribe to.
So
I'm biased.
For other people?
Yes. Should be.
Should be.
But also, I just feel like just be yourself.
True.
I think even with filters, just be yourself.
Mm-hmm.
I think people need to be a little more genuine.
What if I'm not confident?
Then figure it out. Go to a therapist first.
Me.
Shameless plug.
Like, go to therapist. Like, honestly. I think, people need to realize that most of us aren't well mentally.
We aren't.
We need to go to therapy.
We all need therapy.
We need therapy. So, outside of everything, the reason why a lot of people should and should not do a lot of things is because they're crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And they need therapy. I need therapy.
Do you go to therapy?
Recently? No. I should though. God is telling me I should go.
We
But
keep bringing God, right?
hallelujah.
This was before the cameras were rolling. And we really need to stop because
He's a great person.
He
Don't
is.
know him, but he's good. I heard.
you heard.
Secondhand
Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I got
information.
that.
I don't really know.
Mm-hmm.
But I heard he was.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Every religion has a God.
Yeah. They're all
That's usually
wild.
how it works,
They're
right? Well, yeah.
They're
that's
all
usually how it
wild
works.
though. Like,
I mean, on Scientology.
But the God is science.
it is.
I
that.
actually don't know
Do
anything
you
about
know-
Scientology.
It's there.
ridiculous.
Wow.
It's actually
They
insane.
follow
This
a
whole thing
dead
can get redacted.
they follow that guy. Yeah.
They follow a dead guy?
His teachings, he kind of like wrote this like notebook left them and was like, you gotta do X, Y, and Z, and now they do that.
Okay, this is not going to be part of this episode because
It's only because the Scientologists are a little.
Cool. I would
Crazy.
guess
I mean, Tom Cruise was a Scientologist.
he is,
He's still?
Very
yes,
much.
and he is cuckoo bananas.
Well, I mean,
Maybe a man that's still doing real stunts.
no, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Tom Cruise
No, he's
does
like
it for me,
cult
so it's fine.
No.
It's
no.
fine.
After
It's fine.
the beliefs,
I
that-
feel like
When he
sometimes
starts to
you
talk.
look past.
no, when you start to talk, you'll change your mind.
So, I don't want to hear a lot of thoughts from people.
Well, he is one of those people that thinks that he must be heard.
If he wants to talk a lot, I can't take talking.
Yeah.
I like ignorant people, but silent
He thinks
ignorance
that he's smart.
is better than ignorance.
That's because we're gonna have to cut all of this. Let's stop talking
we
about Tom
not.
Cruise.
We can.
We just big things.
We're not talking about Scientology because
We give this big Scientology, they don't even know.
Oh, what they know.
They will never know.
we just said Tom Cruise.
You
That
can be
could be a
anything.
million
That could be
things.
Mission Impossible. That could be Scientology.
Fuck Suri Cruz.
That's enough.
That's enough.
It's just what?
Okay. Back to the real story. What's the topic again?
Social media versus reality. That was gonna put me on a tangent about Katie Holmes and Dawson's Creek though, but
I hated Dawson's Creek,
yes.
and also
100%.
Katie Holmes was great in one movie.
Who's cute?
She's Tom Cruise's ex-wife.
She was in Batman's Begins.
Oh, her.
Yes.
Okay.
This is one that then wasn't.
I waited her.
Batman, Dark Knight.
Yes, she's not Maggie Gyllenhaal.
That whole-
No, but no, they were like, we can't have her again. This is not gonna work for us.
This is like an Amber Rose situation.
No,
Amber.
she's just
Amber Heard.
not a very good actress. That's it.
I will not pretend that if you just said Amber
We
Rose.
can just continue.
Oh, no. You will put yourself in hot water. You gave yourself up.
I've heard.
Guys, she's just not a very great actress. She has one tone.
She has a face that's not great.
One tone. Mm-hmm.
So like
And also it's great we hit. Yes.
But the thing about Twilight Girl, she gets bookings though.
She does. Don't know how. Because
Don't know how. She's not. She doesn't have range.
She doesn't.
She's one person.
No, she doesn't have visual range. Vocally, I'm like.
She's the same character every single
Her
day.
tone is like, I will never love anyone again.
But in Passenger, it was a lot more distressed.
She was in this movie
She's always distressed.
where she's a soldier and the prisoner just throw shit on her. Her
Shit is crazy.
facial expression is Bella's facial expression when anything happened to her.
Snow White and the Huntsman, when she was fucking that man that was married, crazy. And then she said,
I forget she was
wait,
Snow White
I'm
and
a
the Huntsman.
lesbian.
I forgot she was in Snow White and the Huntsman and she was the star of the movie.
She was.
How
and
do I forget?
They
it?
said scandal, and then she said, I'm a lesbian.
What?
Yeah, she just became a lesbian.
She said-
randomly.
There's nothing he can do for me. I ruined the home for no reason.
Truly. Truly.
This is real life for the movie.
No, this is real.
This is real life.
She
She did the
sleeping with
movie
people
and she
star
was
person.
sleeping with the
He was
director.
married. Somebody. And then was like, oh, I'm a lesbian.
He was married and then she was like, oh, I'm a lesbian. But I was like, I think we all
and
knew
then she
that.
cut off all her hair and she went the butch way. And then she grew back all her hair and then started acting again.
Yeah.
It's been real.
So she went from being a butch to back to being a femme?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the director turned her lesbian, or she
Maybe.
was lesbian. Like
Honestly,
she went with the director. Was like,
have you ever watched Twilight?
Wait. It's the same
Was she
director
not
from
giving?
Twilight.
Was she not giving?
She was giving all sorts of things.
She was definitely not giving. In
She
those
was
movies.
asexual.
Because if she like movies, she would have picked Jacob. If we being for real.
No! He was a
He's
child! He was
He
a
is
child!
right.
If we're being real,
He was a child.
he was a child, but have been. That sounds weird.
Yeah.
Pause.
However, I'm just saying, he was young. Maybe that's better. He was young, but I would say like versus sobbing. What would you prefer?
But clearly, the sperm was still working.
No, bro.
She got a whole baby.
That
Nurse
was
Kelsey.
imprinted on by the same werewolf man after. That's crazy.
They all needed therapy. They all
No, honestly, they should have been killed.
each and every last
Just
one of them.
guillotine everybody.
And the last scene where in breaking down with him is
Oh my God.
like that should have actually happened.
Do you remember the part where they have the whole like sequence where everybody dies
Mhm.
and then they were like, okay, this really didn't happen, but this is the future, and then they have to stop it? And I was like,
It should have.
everyone should have died.
That should have happened.
Carlisle should have died. Should have died.
We can bleep you out. So every time you curse, we just bleep you out.
That's fine.
The
This
part-
is filter.
The part about that wasn't really about me saying niggers, it was the fact that all of these people are white.
Okay.
KSC what you?
I mean,
Pasty. That was the part that had me pasty. But yes. So social media versus reality.
Carla was the one that's.
She said not yet. She said
No,
let's focus on
Twilight.
No, I was trying to. Who's the cat? No, it's the one that's playing one of the Volturica. Is that the same person that's playing Voldemort?
That's play who?
Voldemort.
What?
Ralph Fiennes. He does not play in
He's playing
Twilight.
vampire.
Not in Twilight.
Some vampire.
You sure it's not in Underworld?
I don't know. Movie he's
It's not
in.
that.
He's
Ralph Fiennes
in
is not in
something.
that.
He's in something.
He was in Made in Manhattan.
I know that, but like he was in a movie that you were like, oh, didn't know that was. I swear he was in Twilight.
He was not. You know who was in Twilight? Dakota Fanning.
She was.
What?
I love her.
Dakota?
Was in Twilight Mirror?
Period.
She was the girl that
Period.
could have like
Jane.
made you burn yourself without even touching you.
She was in 3 of the Twilights and she made a lot of money. Honestly,
Wow.
Dakota Fanning,
She has range. She has range.
she's an actress.
She has range. For pretending that she was young, gosh, she was Cash.
Period.
Rolling from the time she
I am
came into
Sam.
the womb.
Period.
That was it.
Period.
That was it. That was honestly.
Period. The
Fine.
2000s knew nothing until she was in. That's fact.
She was in everything. She
And
was
then-
literally in everything, and then she stopped.
And then
me
she
this
said,
day.
I
Don't need money
don't
anymore.
I don't believe in working. That's crazy.
I know she can't revive things, and it's not because
You
she
saw
runs out
that
of money.
Netflix thing that they were in? That she was in?
Mhm.
That was great. That was great. A perfect, some about family. It's about white people. So, you
Where
know,
they kill.
try to with caution. But it's great. It's a good movie.
It came out last.
It's a show. Yeah, it's
Last
like
year?
a series. Like a perfect affair, a family affair, some bullshit.
Uh-huh.
All white people. Nicole Kidman is in it.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
The only person I know
Nicole
that is
Kidman.
Australian that has never played an Australian part in my life.
Exactly.
Why are you always
Like,
speaking
do
an
you-
American accent?
Do you even have an accent?
Like,
At this
before you-
point, she pretending. She
And then she married Keith Urban. Please, where did you marry, girl?
In Australia, I don't want to say Chris. Chris Evans.
Hugh Jackman, Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Hands are brothers. Yeah.
They're Australian.
There's so many Chris's.
No, with Australia accent.
He doesn't act. He's hot.
He's yes. He's himself.
He was casted because he's hot.
Yeah. And Liam doesn't have the accent really. Liam is not pure American most of the time.
No, really. Also,
Liam
Liam is
doesn't
the
have
better
range.
brother.
He doesn't have range though.
Liam is the better brother with acting,
By far.
not personality wise.
None of them have range in life.
He ruined Miley Cyrus, and Miley Cyrus is my queen. However,
So, how does Chris not have a range?
Because he plays the exact same character in every. I love Chris Hemsworth, but he plays the exact same character in every single movie. It's like The Rock or Vin Diesel.
no, it's not that bad.
No,
They're
it's
the
not that bad.
same person.
If you
Maybe
watch,
we're being a little racist because now that I think about it, all the people you mentioned,
The Rock is not white.
right, all of them are not white. And we said they're like them, and we're like, no, Chris Hemsworth has range. He does. That's racist because Chris Hemsworth probably is on the same level.
Yeah.
However, I would say Chris Hemsworth is just hot. I can't. But I don't find Dwayne The Rock. Oh, that might be racist. I don't find him hot.
He's
though.
not.
He's too.
There's too much muscle.
Okay, which Dwayne though? Okay,
The
which
Rock
Dwayne the Rock?
Johnson.
What do you mean, which?
As in, he went through phases.
Oh, I was like, there's only one, so I don't know.
He went.
so,
Y'all remember when y'all here? Y'all remember when?
When it was-
Mummy?
Oh God, Scorpion King. First of all, The Mummy Returns is the best f***ing movie you will ever watch. Continue to watch.
I mean, Pirates of the Caribbean.
That's never, no. You can't compete with The Mummy Returns. It is the best movie ever made outside of a Harry Potter series.
Wait a actually, this brings a better question. Is that your number one movie ever?
Harry Potter?
He literally had
No.
the patch.
The Mummy?
Yeah.
Harry Potter is my favorite movie series, so that's why I will never go against Harry Potter. It's on my arm. But The Mummy Returns is literally my favorite movie to watch, period.
So, what's your favorite movie to watch?
I have genres of favorite.
So you don't have an idea.
I do.
Women usually don't
I
have a
would
lot
say
of...
Forrest Gump.
What?
What?
Exactly. Do you see
It's
why
a
I
great
didn't
movie.
say it in the first
I almost said something sexist, but what I was going to say is that women have a lot of
cinematic
contacts that they don't like to contextualize. So she was going to say like 20,000 things are her favorites.
Yeah, in
But
each
Forrest Gump?
context. That's an amazing movie. Think about it. Think about when it was made. The film, at the time it was made, it was a good movie. The storyline. You're not going to agree with me, but that's fine.
I think that the only thing about this movie that I really do not like,
It's a cult classic.
it is a lot of things.
It's a cult
But-
classic.
Good is not one of them.
It is great. That
Tom
movie is
Hanks,
amazing.
first of all, Tom Hanks is one of the worst actors.
No, he is not. He's amazing.
Tom Hanks told the world that I am not only disabled, or what's the political correct term? Handicapable. I'm a handicapable man. And I ran and I said, I love you, Jenny. Please. Is he handicapped or is he
He
autistic?
wasn't handicapped.
Didn't he have a
He
mental
just
break?
was delayed.
Didn't he have a brace?
He was delayed.
But he was also talking like he was.
He was delayed. He has
He had
a
multiple
learning
problems.
disability. He has a learning disability.
Honestly, Tom Hanks is the worst actor I've ever met.
He's not though.
And I've never met him, but I won't want to. Terrible person.
No, I don't.
He is so. Honestly, if you can give birth, she's not a woman, but if you can give birth to Chet Hanks,
Let's not even bring Chet in this.
I'm sorry.
Chet was just
People,
an accidental
people
sperm
need
connection.
to realize at the end of the day, children are a product of their parents.
Is Chet a product of them? Is he really?
And
Because I think Chet got abandoned.
Chet got
And-
problems.
Chet.
But I'm saying, like,
Chet is not Tom Hanks' son.
Chet
Who
is
was
a
his mother?
direct result.
That was one celebrity child.
I just cannot.
I would die on the hell and be like, no, he did not come from those two people.
Tom Hanks has to be ashamed.
He is embarrassed.
Chet Hanks is
Embarrassed.
the worst person I've ever met.
Very much so.
Embarrassed. He's embarrassed.
And don't get me wrong, there were points
If he could have
with the
just
low-
that boy, he would.
that was all it.
Okay, who you say will be more embarrassed? Tom
Mhm.
Oh, he's been with somebody for a real long
or the Queen? About Harry and Meghan.
time. The queen should be embarrassed about the fact that she's the relic of racist, ridiculous
Who's racist?
England.
I mean, they're all racist, but like, who are we specifically?
Sorry,
talking
I'm just
about
saying,
being
like,
racist?
I just feel like she is.
Why would they be embarrassed?
Sorry,
about
she's
Harry?
dead. Wait,
Yeah.
wait. She's born on my birthday, by the way, April 21st. Get on it. But she is a terrible person.
Is she?
And no,
I
really.
think she just lived for a really long time and she just got tired of being.
So my problem
She just
My
like
problem with the monarchy is I love the monarchy. I'm very obsessed with historical things.
a lot of side quests and completed them.
But she's inbred. So the first problem is
All of them are inbred.
crazy. Like, there's not a lot upstairs. That's the first thing. Second of all, she's an was an old.
She's okay
Person.
though. Like I've been on money for my entire life. I
Yeah,
have had
since she was,
people
like,
worship.
26,
I have had people worship me my entire life. Like
I think she's the longest running.
literally,
Yeah.
like she.
And
was
it's crazy.
there.
Like, as a female, like, that's the thing.
Like was she
She's
in the war?
She was. She had serving one wars.
And that's the point. Like
she is an icon.
she been there.
However,
Queenie been there.
let's not pretend like she's not a white woman that was born in 1926. She's a racist.
My grandma was
She
born
hits
in
you, though.
1921.
How old is your grandma?
She was onto that one when she did.
Your grandmother was kicking girl.
Yeah, my grandmother was born in
And that's
I
exactly.
think mine was.
Yeah, my grandmother saw every modern war.
Like, all
Sorry. I'm not gonna lie, right? My grandmother was born in 1933, but when you said 1960, I said Jesus Christ. Jesus
Like,
Christ.
I'm
In
in
the
the box.
midst of the First World War,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
said,
First,
give birth to my grandmother.
Cold War.
Vietnam.
My granny.
Your grandmother lived through every world crisis.
Yeah, everyone. I thought
She was
it
in the 20s, Great Depression.
Wait, what was happening before all of these wars and things?
Otherwise,
Other wars.
but less centralized.
Yeah,
it was not global.
Yeah, because after the World War One, nobody didn't expect it. That's what it was called the Great War. Then people was like, wait, let me run that back.
No,
We can do it
literally.
better.
The Germans were like, nah, fuck that shit. No, honestly, the First World War was crazy because a lot of it also was interpolated with like a lot of abolishing like monarchies and stuff. So like they were just like Russians and the Russian monarchy, and they killed a bunch of people, and they were just like, never have that again.
You don't know
Greed.
about Anastasia and all of those?
Girl, I watched Anastasia yesterday,
That
Anyways.
movie had me in a chokehold.
but that movie's Rasputin.
The
Jeez.
real one or the cartoon one?
Jeez.
Because both of them has got you just
That
like, what?
that weird ass motherfucker. To be frank, in the movie, I really want to talk about this. Actually, I really want to talk about this. Rasputin in that movie, ridiculous. The Grand Duchess? Not the Grand Duchess, the Dowager Countess, the grandmother. She was like narrating the movie in the beginning. She said 1916, Nikolai did blah, 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 blah. And I was like, we're watching a movie about a fucking like near genocide, like people were killed.
Near genocide.
No,
it was complete.
No, like people were killed. They killed off a monarchy. This was a war about like this. Oh, this is a pretty low Anastasia Princess movie. That girl is dead. That girl is dead.
That same day.
That girl is dead, right? I'm just like, that's just crazy that we're watching this. But then
so confused.
Rasputin walked in. Rasputin said, I am opposite. And I'm telling people that y'all are terrible. Honestly, the Russians were awful. The monarchy was awful. But
German had to break in and kill the people like that.
They had to kill the people like that. They could have just sent them away. Like, you know, the Greeks say, you know what? Fuck one up. And tell them, laugh. The Russians, they said murder. They said murder.
No, one of the last times people that just asked a set of people to leave, we had what's happening in Israel. I think I leave it as that.
But that was just like one family. It wasn't like a whole culture of people.
Yeah, but this is what has happened. People just breed, and then they come back stronger,
time that had
faster,
few enough of them that them could get rid of them. Would you?
Oh, Israel?
No. Anastasia's family.
Because let's not talk about Israel.
We're not talking about Israelites. We're talking about
they're called Israelis now.
We're talking about Anastasia. We're not talking about anything present day. We're talking about that people. We're talking
cut the cameras, dead ass.
Rasputin, the real and the fake one. The real one was a priest person.
Yeah.
Let me put air quotes on that, please.
Priest person. He believed that he was.
Honestly, the better part of Russia, where they like revolted, was not the better part of Russia. Everybody was just terrible. It was just like there was no winning. There was no winning.
Right. And this whole thing, in the real life thing, there were 4 daughters. Nikolai had 4 daughters.
And a son.
2 older ones, 2 younger ones. They were like separated like that. No, I know they included him because
it was the youngest son, and he was a little. He was late.
He was offended. He had a blood disorder.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah, I didn't want to say I was trying to be correct. This has a. I don't want this wrong.
It's another octopus.
That's crazy.
You want to
continue.
Anyways, so
4 daughters and a retarded son. Sorry.
4 daughters and a son.
Right.
And the 2 older daughters were nurses. No, one of them was a nurse, and one of them used to do something else. They used to help with war people. And then the 2 younger ones, one of them wanted.
They were very old attached, so let's not take that out.
For true. One of them wanted to be a mother, and then there was Anastasia, who was just a rebel child, and she was just doing whatever she had to feel like doing. And then the son.
She died at 14.
None of them had children.
Because they were children.
And they also, got killed before.
They did.
The people swarming set all of them out.
You know, fun fact about Nikolai, the Tsar of Russia, he was the first cousin of the King of England at the time.
They were over 18.
Because they didn't have anywhere else to go. They said, I'm f***ing anyone with a title. However, when your children start looking...
Let's go back to the animated movie. So in the animated movie, Anastasia does something. She gets lost and...
not brainwashed, amnesia.
They send her to the orphanage.
Trauma.
Yeah, she had amnesia. She got sent to an orphanage. And then when she turned 21 or 18, something like that, they just kicked her out to the
You know,
orphanage.
the girls just got breed early in these movies.
They just kicked her out to the orphanage.
Because I think she's 6. I think she's 18.
And then there are two people who are looking for the real Anastasia.
Dimitri and Big Guy.
The big guy, I don't know what his name is. So they find her. Well, they're just looking for somebody convincing enough to scam the grandmother so that they could get the reward. They're not actually looking for the real Anastasia. But then they find her, and then she gets reunited with her grandmother, and they live happily ever after. Yay!
That's
But
a
the real story-
terrible recount of that movie.
Rasputin is trying to kill her the whole time because he sold his soul to the devil, and it's basically
That's the better part of that movie. Because I would just say, you didn't say the movie. You just said things. You just said words.
I said the story.
This part is the movie.
Rasputin, that's the best part of the movie, but that's not the whole. That's
The best part of the movie was Bartok.
so. He has his.
You know who Bartok is, right?
Yes.
You know who
Facto.
Bartok is?
Right. So
Culture.
they have this. It's like it looks like a candlestick lamp thingy that basically has his soul, spirits, whatever.
It's like a vial.
Oh,
It's
But
a
it's
green
literally
vial. It
like
has
a
like,
lamp.
and it has like demons in it,
Mhm.
basically.
Because he got
It's like a
some-
life essence thing.
and when he was to kill Anastasia, he was gonna pretty much live forever and get all the glory and whatever.
Imagine telling the Lucifer that I will do whatever I must if you let me live until everybody dies in this family. That's crazy.
And then she didn't die, and then his body was decaying. Even though he wasn't dying, it was like falling apart. So his skull
You with an
bones,
eternal unrest.
could have come out of him. It was so crazy. He was literally just falling apart.
That was a good movie.
amazing.
Yeah. You gotta watch it. And then he realizes
You should have
she's
watched
not
it. If you didn't
dead.
watch it, you didn't have a childhood. Your parents
So-
failed you.
Then he's sing to the demons in the dark of the night. Evil will find her.
In the dark of the night. No, really, that was
And
a good
then
movie.
it send demons to go and try and kill you. And then it gives you like bad nightmares. And then she's almost on the life herself. And then he's actually got to try to do it himself because it can't happen. And then Dimitri saves you. And then it's kissed. And then happily ever after with your grandmother. And Rasputin turned to dust because she squeezed the vile black thingy with your shoe and she's crushed it.
That did happen. Would you Dimitri or Shang from Mulan?
That's not a Mulan girl.
That one girl is crazy.
I'm not. I watched
That is
movie
one
like
of the
twice.
best movies
I watched that movie like
I think anyone has ever watched.
Mm,
Mulan, Eddie Murphy as fucking
I don't
Mushu.
like Eddie Murphy.
Why?
I just don't.
Are you racist?
No, I don't like Adam Sandler.
Because he's terrible.
Those are the same
Adam
type
Sandler, the person?
Yeah.
The actor?
of, yeah. Those are the same type of comedy to me.
Okay. No.
I don't think Coming to
Adam
America
Sandler
is
is
funny.
actually
I don't think Coming to America is funny.
I never watched it. That's not over. I mean, I don't have a personal stake in Eddie Murphy's.
The only
Art.
Eddie Murphy thing that's funny is Shrek.
Eddie Murphy Shrek?
He's Donkey.
He's Donkey.
What?
That's the only thing that's funny to me.
To be fair, I don't know what actor is.
Clearly.
Old actors. Okay. We're labeling them old. We're labeling them old guys.
Eddie Murphy is 60 something.
Oh, that.
We know
That's
you
not old.
So wait, I want people to really get over this. Okay. If someone is over 40, they're old. If you want to say that that's not old because you believe that youth is eternal, that's a lie. If you're over 40, you're old.
Okay. So he's old. And
Life is not infinite. It's finite.
I love
You
how
will
you
die.
pronounce that. So infinite.
Yeah,
You didn't say infinite.
I'm a linguistics kind of kid. So back to the topic.
We're never getting to that topic.
I want to talk the topic.
Okay.
But we can relate what we were talking about to the topic.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
What was the topic again?
Social media.
Right. Social media versus
Reality.
reality.
How does that relate to Anastasia?
So my thing is,
Don't pretend to be a duchess if you're not a duchess.
no, that's funny. No, I just feel like everything is like life is literally like a very big puzzle, and I feel like people tend to forget that social media is just like a reflection of can be a reflection of life. Like it's literally like people in a petri
At
dish.
this
It's
point,
always
I don't even think it's a reflection.
it is life. Like it's part of who we are, what we do, whatever. And it's a reflection of who we are, what we do, And I think people try to isolate two parts and say oh, social media is not this, social media is not that, it's not real, wow. But social media is real. Let's
People
be
make
real.
it not real though. Like you're posting daily selfies of you happy, you're crying in your bed at night, and you're not posting about that. You're posting, oh, I have so much money, or I'm going out to breakfast, or I'm doing this, and you're literally starving for the rest of the day.
I mean, that's true. And it has fakeness in it. It does. Social media is a lot of fake things are associated with it, but that's a real aspect of life as well.
Fake
people
it.
do profess a lot of things that aren't really true in real life.
Mm-hmm.
I think that social media kind of puts you in a space where you can highlight a lot of good things about you or detract a lot of bad things about you, whatever the case may be. But for me, I like social media. I use social media a lot. For
What's your favorite social media app?
I hate TikTok, first of all. So I'm also a negative person, so I'm gonna say what I hate first. But I hate TikTok. But I'm kind of obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Right? But Instagram is probably the one I use the most. But I honestly use TikTok. I use social media to stalk men that are attractive. So I don't really care about
Does that work for you?
stalking men that are attractive.
Mm-hmm. Does it help your life? Do you get them in? Do you not get them in?
I don't want them. I just want to see them.
Stop.
Yeah. Any person I want, I usually can get. So, social media is already. I don't really need social media for that. But social media is crazy.
You have the confidence.
Confidence.
I'm a great person.
Crazy.
I'm an amazing person. It's just easy.
Any man that you want, dude. I got somebody that was
I want to see he versus Michael B. Jordan or
Why would I want Michael B. Jordan?
I don't know. My bad for not knowing what
your
was.
taste is so wild.
I assume.
It's all of the players. You're this person is hot. This person is not hot. And it's you then pick another person that you would think will go with
Michael
the first
B.
person.
is not
And you're
hot.
no. Ew.
I think Michael B. Jordan is attractive, but I don't think he's hot.
What's the difference?
I think that the difference is I want someone and I don't want someone, and I don't want Michael B. Jordan. He just his face. That's. Thank you.
Fair.
But if I was to say
Not to anybody else.
what's his name? Hodge? Last name Hodge.
I know
Aldous.
your head.
He's so hot. The guy that plays
I
Alex
don't
Potts.
even know who he's talking about right now.
Yeah, Aldous Hodge.
Aldous Hodge, right?
Who is Aldous Hodge?
From that place cross.
Place Cross.
Who's Ross?
First of all, is the
If
person
I know this and you know this.
Well, the fact that I knew Anastasia, you didn't. No.
He's so fine.
No.
What is your type?
Him.
Murder.
Social media versus real life. real life. Anyways,
Damn, I feel attacked.
that wasn't an attack. That was a good thing. That was like a real life, as in like, you know, like
I didn't pick a
you
celebrity.
didn't pick a celebrity. You picked real life. You picked a person.
That's not how I taking it. How I took this.
Was
How I took
No
it
one
was-
cares how you took it. sir.
because I didn't mean it in any way other than like this.
He
Like
did.
that was.
He did.
I did
And
it.
that is okay. She got to know though. And that's unfortunate for you.
Well, I got no because I got to live with it.
Exactly. So now you know I am hideous.
Anyways.
Who said that?
No one said that.
How we get here?
You know what's
Wait.
happening? He's just searching for compliments and he wants somebody to gas him up. And it's not going to happen. So we're going to let it go and you're going to cry in your bed at night. And that's okay. Moving on.
I mean, even if I thought he was attractive, it's never gonna come out of my mouth now. Dead. Dead.
Cry in your bed at night.
And leave us alone.
Anyways.
This is why you don't take real life into anything else.
Let's talk about your social media recently.
Mm-hmm.
You've been posting about Vita.
Oh, period. Period.
That's social media versus reality. Are those girls that good looking? Are they like that all the time? No, because they're on their crop over. I must fit
I
into.
will not have you slander my good friend Erica like that.
They have to fit into their costumes, so they go on their. I'm gonna do this and do that. They have actually had some really nice plus size girls that have been coming out, and I've been like,
So, Vita is my favorite thing to talk about, to be honest. Like, I love talking
except
about
for Gabby Faye.
Except for
Gabby Faye. Do you not know about the TikTok drama about how she in the cemetery?
girl.
Trinidad?
That's Trinidad. You don't care about that. Please don't bring this up. No, you can get me pressed.
Cut the cameras. That's crazy.
Funny though.
I was not expecting you to say that, but no, it wasn't.
I said plus size people, and then it was just like,
Okay, so whatever that was, yeah, no, Vita's my favorite thing
what
to talk
is your
about.
take on her though? That's
On
that
the-
is social
on the
media
shitty
versus
person?
reality.
You want me to take on
Like
the shitty
if
person
you
before
have
Vita?
IBS,
So you want me to
and
talk
you
about the
can't
shitty person before
control-
Vita?
your
Yeah?
poops. Yeah.
Okay. So
You can't control it. Like, let's do devil's advocate. You can't, like, don't listen to any of the story about how she knew that she had to poop from like 6 o'clock in the morning and that she ate breakfast and lunch and didn't poop until late at night. Let's forget all of that.
Mhm.
What if you really had tummy issues? Because you know, pretty girls
My
tummy issues.
my thing is with her is that I don't know the routes of Trinidad, so I can't say that
It had clean bathrooms or not.
it is what it is or what it's not, right? But based on my experience here, I think that there are stalls for people to
Uh-huh.
defecate
Mm-hmm.
in every band. That's the first thing. But then also we pass people's like we pass like neighborhoods and stuff, and like people know people who have already
But
kids.
she don't know nobody.
But they're also businesses. Like,
They're like businesses.
And then
They're.
they you pay for things. What if I had the money?
But my thing is like there are two
That
things
was
I have.
advocate.
The two things I have a problem with this particular situation is why would you shit in public and tell somebody?
That is my issue
my
with this.
my hot take on it
You
was,
can do whatever you want, but why would you say that? You know what I mean?
I thought she did it for
Because-
shock value. I actually thought it was
No, social media versus reality. She thought all those people were her friends. She thought those people had her back. She had
Yeah,
that
no,
social
like-
relationship, and she thought that she was
like,
okay.
no.
They use life in such a weird way. Like they use like social media in such a weird way where they do really feel like,
Those are her friends. Like,
and
those
even
people have her.
if not, like they just feel like this is how I can make money. So then I'm overly vulnerable because I'm just like, but that's not saying you should. Honestly, bring that shit.
Please. This
You should not be telling people like why are you telling me that you shit? I don't need to know that you shit
exactly.
on the road. That's the first thing. I've never shot on the road. You can use that as a plug somewhere. Never shot on the road. Use that somewhere, you know. But But people have an issue. Like people will need to go to the bathroom. I'm sure that people that have had to go to the bathroom more than anywhere. Fine. Why would you? My second issue is why would you choose a grave?
She said she was.
You can find a dirt
next to the
patch.
grave.
You can find a tree.
She said that she was by a bush. That she wasn't on a grave.
After the fact. After the
But
fact,
it doesn't
she
matter
said
if it
she was in a corner of the grave ground by a bush with other people.
Let's all be for
That's
real.
very nasty.
Let's all be for real. Everywhere in the Caribbean, if it's a cemetery, somebody has been buried all over. All to the outskirts, everywhere.
Right.
There's no more space.
I'm waiting
in a
for
cemetery
you
that
to tell
doesn't
me
have
the
a
part that
body.
makes sense.
No. So I'm just saying, like, even if she said that she shit next to a bush in the cemetery, she still shit on
She should not have been in the
grave.
cemetery.
Right, so she still shit on
That's
somebody's grave. That's
very
the point.
disrespectful.
Even if it wasn't labeled as a grave, it's still a person. That's the point I was
And
making.
I would also say, like, why are you shitting in a cemetery?
How are you comfortable going to the cemetery like that?
Like, what is
I
wrong
would
with
say
you?
that Adappi would try to grab out and grab me. No.
No, really. No, actually. Why are you doing that?
Like, I would be scared to death. I don't know how people just be like, okay.
Like, I don't get it. I'm literally somebody, I've jumped from 2013. That sounds weird enough.
Yeah.
But I've jumped from 2013. I've only missed 2015 because I was in a work abroad, and 2022 because I'm not jumping on a highway. I can never find a reason for anybody to want to publicly say I had to shit. Sorry. There's nothing I don't like. Even if I use the bathroom, why would I tell somebody that?
Even if it's pee, like,
What?
nobody needs to know. Nobody needs to know that.
I don't even know that I use the bathroom on Cardamom Day. I have no idea. Because I don't want to tell myself that.
Mhm.
Takes away from the fantasy. Stop it. Stop being nasty.
Mhm.
Don't shit on Cardamom Day. Jeez.
100%.
No, like, don't, even if you do, don't tell me about it.
Pretend that you did it.
I don't tell myself about my own shit. Don't tell me about it. Find Jesus.
Also, all day. Shit to shit all day.
Also,
All day. That's what I don't understand.
the reason that I have an extra issue with that particular person was then she said, but then I went out after, I continued to jump, and then I went to the after party after and did all these things. Why was your ass not white?
She said she washed her
With what?
When
dreams, hot and
In the fucking cemetery?
with the Duffy water.
you lied to me.
That's what she said. That she had toilet and she had things in her little pot.
Pause. What?
And then she said that she went to a standpoint and she was
Two things.
freshly washed.
Wet wipes are not cleaning instruments for your vagina, for your penis, for any. They are auxiliary. You have to wash your balls and your vagina with water and soap. That's one. Second,
Also, y'all have I can go back on this poop thing. Y'all have that much control that you can go all day having to poop and not poop.
first of all,
That's a normal thing?
I'm not
That's a normal thing?
to shit.
No. To hold it all day.
I've never shitted on the road, so I probably have.
I've done it numerous.
I probably had to shit on the road. I really don't remember, but I've never shit on the road.
Not even just, I'm not even talking about
In general.
jumping in general. Like, you have to shit all day. All day.
I've never had a situation where I've had to shit all day. If I have to shit, I shit.
Exactly.
I do.
Unless it's
That's
the road.
not normal.
Why am I going on the road and pretending I'm like it's backed up?
That's,
Constipation.
I do not use public bathrooms like that
and
at all.
Okay.
Because a lot of them tend to be really dirty. And they're like, yeah, no.
Go home.
Exactly. When they go home at the end of work.
You know what? I've been privileged to not have to catch a bus
Today's
when
your
I have to
office.
poop. I have my own bathroom.
You got your own house.
No, but like I have my own bathroom separate from science, so
I mean, it's a house. I would imagine their bathroom.
no, there's only one bathroom in the house, but then there was a second one built on, so that, you know.
You can have a separate sanctuary.
Mm-hmm.
Social media versus reality.
The facade.
The facade.
Yeah.
What do
Vita.
you Vita? Oh wait, I love Vita. Honestly, I have a problem, but social media versus reality. Yeah, I do work for them.
So you're hooking us up with costume?
I am not a magician, but I do. So Vita's been what? We debuted what 2-3 years ago, 2023. And the brand was launched in 2020, but then you know what happened there, COVID.
Trauma.
But yeah, so in 2023 we officially launched. I work for them. I do a bunch of different things now that I think about it, but I started at just like doing like the model management thing, like the girls that we choose. And then that kind of translated into.
And he's never chosen me.
You've never asked. I mean, granted, also
Don't hurt
the
me.
model. No, not in relation to you. Just the model.
My feelings are hurt. Destroy everybody else. Everybody gonna get it.
The model choosing thing is actually kind of funny because it's like
And then also social media people.
No, because even like when I think about it, like our first year, we invited a lot of people that people don't know. Like we didn't have like models. We didn't have social media people in terms of like these are social media people in relation to carnival or bands or whatever. We invited people that we thought were authentic, that were cool, attractive, that fit the body types in different spaces or whatever. We wanted to represent like a kind of wide range of accessibility and a wide range of just comfortability. We want everybody to feel like comfortable, like you can see yourself in a Vita costume. And I don't know how intentional it was, but in terms of like, I don't think we said, oh, this is what we're gonna do. Da, da, da. I think we were naturally like inclined to be like, we just want to represent like a space that like people could see like this is who we are, this is what we represent. Da, da, da. I wanted it to be super patron, and we wanted it to be super like authentic, and I wanted it to be always like pushing for inclusivity. So even like having like representation from different body types, different sexual orientations, we really wanted to make sure that Vita, how we saw Vita is how people saw Vita. And I think that we really accomplished that the first year. It's something that we continue to exemplify throughout the years. To the point, I don't even think we have to try to hit every mark every year. I just think that we naturally align ourselves in a space where it's always accessible. Like the costumes are never like, oh, like you have to be a particular body type to fit the costumes. It's like, if you look at all the costumes, there are always options. We don't do frontline, backline like other bands. Like we kind of do just kind of a la carte. So if you into like more coverage, if you're not into more coverage, you want like things. So you could do monokinis, you could do like bikinis, you could do Brazilian, you could do like different films everything kind of just works on everybody being represented naturally without it being a thing. And it's just funny because that's something that I don't think has been represented in the carnival space before in Barbados. And you still hear people like having like criticisms or critiques and saying like, oh well, these people look a particular way or like they band launch look this way or whatever. I'm just like, but I mean, that's a little unfair because it's like the brand speaks for itself, and I don't have to say anything to people. I just say, well, at the end of the day, like, if you look on the website, you can see every single costume has alternative options that can fit everybody. And the thing about what people perceive and what is reality is the costumes that are like everything's sizing. Like you can have a costume that fits you, or you can have a costume that does not fit you, or that will not fit you, or will not suit you. But you gotta be able to look at yourself and be like, okay, well, what can I see myself in? What am I comfortable in? What I work with? And we work with that. Like, you can literally go in the band house and you can see, yo, this is something I can work with. There's something I can work with. There's something I can work with. There's something that's attractive. There's something like that. And then we also try to attach like a bunch of stories to it too. Like this year is the story of the Soaring Songbird, so it's very like attached to like Bajan heritage, and every section is named after like a Bajan like song that is kind of like late 90s, early 2000s soca calypso kind of vibe. And I think each one represents kind of like a real person in the space of like carnival rather than like an insta body. And even though we do use like models and people that are like from Trinidad and different spaces that are the insta bodies, that are carnival bodies, or carnival models that are great, they have great work ethic, they're really, really good. But we also try to make sure that we balance it with our own people, like our own Bajan people, and make sure that there are different range of body types and different range of things that can represent, so it makes it more authentic, while still meeting the market of like international, and still being marketable and being like visible and presenting as a very solid brand. And I think people need to get into it. Like Vida is that girl. I'm sorry, like I might be biased, but Vida's that girl. And I think that more people should feel comfortable in being themselves and being able to be on the road and have a great experience without thinking about what they look like outside of how they feel. Because it's not about how you present to people, it's how you feel. And I think we always try to make sure that people feel good in what they're wearing. And I think that's really cool, that kind of, especially with, and it's, as you said, like, back to the topic, is like social media versus reality, is like, we want it to be, it's a real experience. So especially with the whole like band thing, like everybody does band launches now, like virtually, and we do like a physical band launch, like a in-person band launch or whatever. And because it's important, because reality is we put out a lot of social stuff, we do a lot of advertising, we do a lot of things, but we want it to be hinged on real people and real things and real experiences, and it can't be like that if it's in a bubble. And I think that the best way to make people see that is to see themselves in the costumes, or to see themselves in different variations of costumes in person, and then be able to see that in the band house, and then be able to see that on the road, and then be able to just feel the experience through every iteration of that experience. And that's just what we try to do all the time. Yeah. But Vida, jump. You might get a little thing. Who knows? No, Vida. Yeah. Vida girls. Have you ever jumped before? I know.
First year I jumped promotions. The second year I jumped Pro by 4. The third year I jumped age.
What's your favorite jump? Page.
Well,
What year was
that
that?
is because I don't remember the years. But that's because jump promotions, the person passed away the year.
I don't know what that is.
Is.
As the band? Jump promotions?
It was.
Okay.
And then the person died the same year that you jumped with them.
Which year was that?
I don't remember.
This was when we were young.
Yeah, I had to be like 17. Like she literally, like we went across the stage and then she died.
I heard about that on the actual day, like in the
And then the next year when I jumped with Power by 4, they were late because they came on
It's not funny. I don't know.
party buses and they couldn't get through.
Uh-huh.
So then,
Who came on party buses?
and we're not gonna say that because we're
Oh, like just people. I thought the whole band. I thought no, just people.
people
Okay.
came on party buses and they were late. So we were supposed to go, I think, second or third or something like that in that lineup that year. And because they didn't show up, we didn't cross. And then let's just say when we crossed, it was we were last basically,
Uh-huh.
and it was just a jumble of the costumes because there were not enough people in each section anymore because people had left.
Fair.
But Beige actually happened what was supposed to happen. So
I've never crossed the stage a bitch.
I didn't cross the stage.
Okay. Because I've joined a bitch a lot and I've never crossed the
I
stage.
didn't cross the stage.
I hate crossing the stage.
Yep. That is,
It's the worst thing for me.
I would love an experience where I actually do it from start to finish, and it does have
I
something
hate
dramatic
crossing the
happen.
stage. I liked it last year because of where it was.
Mm-hmm.
I think locations, everything, like the stadium, too, I don't know, like something, but it's too on display.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, no, I don't want this to be me.
Mm-hmm.
Too on display. I feel so like on display there. And then I'm like, I can meet you on the other side.
Yep.
But last year was pretty good because of how contained it was. Last year it was really good. You should jump again. Right there. Just but with Vita.
You're gonna give me a costume or discount my costume? Because I'm poor. Like, this isn't even just like I'm trying to get. I'm poor. Like, I don't think you understand. I'm poor.
We'll work out something. I mean, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we can work out something. It's good, huh?
If you remember this conversation.
That's crazy. She's coming for me.
I'm not coming
She
for
is.
you.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Sure.
I'm just spinning fast.
I mean,
Yeah.
he's a lot calmer now.
I'm not covered.
I am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Andre said, it was just gonna go.
Up, down, all around. Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like we talked social media versus reality. Sort of. We got there. At the end, the video spiel your talk. That was very nice.
So
Is it?
you could sell somebody the black.
Yeah, it did. If I wasn't poor, I would have ordered it immediately. Like, I'm not even joking.
Question. How do you feel about social media versus reality?
I thought he was gonna ask how I feel about being poor.
No. I don't need reminders of what that feels like because I feel like that all the time.
I am not a really big social media person anymore. I used to be.
Uh-huh.
I used to
I'm
post
aware.
things. I haven't posted things. I post like once a year now.
So how does it relate to you? Like, why do you post? Is it because to you feel like social media is like a different space and it's
I
kind
feel
of
like you have to pretend. Like, it's just posting the happy moments in life, and then also I don't want to post like when I'm falling. Like, am I gonna set up a camera and be like, I'm having a bad day? Snot and tears? No, because then that one takes time. So people will be like, oh my gosh, it's so fake. And then I went through like so much things with different people being like fake or calling me fake and then making it a friend issue. And then also I'm in a relationship with someone who doesn't post anything. And I was like, well, if you're not gonna post me, I'm not gonna post you either.
Does Eva have social media to start with?
He has it.
For preying
And
things.
post nothing. If you're not gonna post me, I'm not gonna post you either.
Some people.
If you're not gonna post me, I'm not gonna post you either.
Judah's there in complete disbelief.
See, the day we got engaged,
She's talking about the person that's right
the day that we got engaged, right? Who's not a ring, not a face. No one's gonna know what he fucking looks like. I just don't post because I don't have the time to be like curating things. I used to do all that where I'd be like, oh, it's gonna match and it's gonna be aesthetic. And then I was just like, I don't care. I don't care what other people think. I don't care. I don't want all the likes and stuff. I'm not gonna be obsessing over if you like it or not like it, or if you comment fire. It's like
That single comment is really realistic.
Fire.
That dopamine rush.
I remember at school, like everybody's saying what you were doing and stuff like that. Sure, like at that point in time, I'd be like, yeah, I keeping up with everybody posting different things. Sure,
Yeah.
but now it's kind of like, first of all, I don't want you hoes to know what I'm doing. Y'all can see me just pop out ever so often and be like, damn, she's just obvious in life. We didn't even know that.
But like, think about it. Even you doing it once a year, it's still going
Feeding into the same
Yeah,
thing.
you still
Actually,
you
what I post once a year is from Barbados. And it's just me seeing my progress because it's right under it with my progress.
Yeah, but again, it feeds into the
Nobody looks at my Barbados post.
that you think. Think about it like this. Somebody when they see you post once a year, every year you do around Barbados, you claim to getting better. Them don't know your process to get there. Like, my take on posting on social media is a little
I
different.
even had an Instagram that I didn't tell people about, and I just used to post with it about fitness stuff, just for me.
Finsta.
No, but like no one,
So
no followers.
Finsta.
Don't I feel like Finsta's people's follow?
Because the more you post, the algorithms push the people that like minded.
Nah, I would have just made sure that everybody was blocked. That was
So Finsta.
for me.
A Finsta.
She don't know if
I
Finsta
don't
is
even
good.
want fake people to know who I am. I get what you're saying. I just don't want like no one's gonna follow me. Nothing.
Mm.
There's not
Except this
not even the
podcast.
box.
Like, follow.
You don't even
Like,
Yeah.
subscribe. Follow.
subscribe.
But yeah, I'm so opposite.
I
I
also
love
stopped
validation.
tweeting. I like validation. I just stopped trying to get it.
I want validation from everybody. Follow me. Tell me I'm amazing. I want it.
I stopped tweeting. That just used to take too much time. Like you
No,
always
I
had
get
to
it,
be
though.
on to know everything that was going on, and I never used to be on when people was doing all these things, and I was just like tired of being out to do.
It's too exhausting to commoditize yourself. Because to me, like, I feel like I could do a lot more on social media in terms of like, I've had opportunities where I could do stuff and monetize on like social media and like being myself and stuff like that. But it's too hard being a person
You gotta be doing that all the time.
and having to commoditize yourself when you're still a person. I'm still
Like,
Joanne.
watch it, Courtney do it. It's exhausting.
Oh, Courtney Diana.
Mm-hmm.
She's so funny. I'm questioning myself.
They want to play that French for the vlog as well, and I love the fact that people don't know now.
Courtney Diana, if you're hearing this,
She probably will because she watches the podcast because she loves it. Love you too.
I'm questioning myself because of you. Love you.
She will be like, wait. That's your actual response. She would give you. She's like, wait, for what reason?
Love you so much.
Because, I mean, now 2 episodes I could come on more with Sheep and Harry Potter. Ooh.
I love Harry Potter.
I want to come on Courtney.
Let's do them up.
If I want to come on with Courtney, absolutely. I want to. Anyways.
You see, when, okay, I'm that person that knows a lot of people. Like, a lot of people know me. Just like you know me, Courtney knows me, Chantal knows me. Like, a lot of people know me. But at the same time,
Chantal Maronite or Chantal
Martin.
our friend. Okay. You know who Chantal Maronite is, right?
No.
A politician.
Stop drinking.
She needs to stop advertising herself
Anyways.
outside of campaigning hours.
Okay. So, I know a lot of people, and a lot of people know me, but they know me as just like the person that just like does nothing, that stays home and is quiet and in her shell under her rock. True? Not true.
She don't do nothing.
Nothing.
I used to she like
What's in a blue moon?
wants a
Just like pop up.
wants a 2
A
year.
little fat party, and you be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing here?"
She messaged me and I said, "Oh, your legs crazy."
So everyone, like, even I thought you already know. My boxer was like, "Oh, I didn't know that you know Chantal." And I was like,
But you know her forever.
exactly, but people don't know that because people don't know me. Just like how they don't know that I'm friends with Courtney. Like, they'll be like seeing her out in public and be like confused as to why I'm there.
We've known each other forever. We've went to school together. Where did I question that? After I was like, we went to school. We went to school together. First of all, Community College. Your opinion does not matter. Like, your school has no matters to have matter. Okay?
I wonder how they feel after the first time ever you have been slandered twice back to back.
I don't feel slandered. I can't feel slandered by you. People last.
People what?
Be careful what you say. You have to live with me.
If you were to rank schools in Barbados over the test of time, does that make sense? Anyway, but over
We don't know where you're going with this.
over time, over with the test. Is that word? Is that fair?
Yes.
Right.
Spanning the test of time.
Spanning the test of time, right? You will see Harrison College painted on history's pages for 300 years. And where would you find Queen's College?
Above it.
No. In Queen's Park. That's the Ministry of Education.
Well, I mean, technically, the Ministry of Education, that building used to be QC back in the day.
I know.
That's
Because there's a
crazy.
thing there. I know things. Yeah. Queen's College doesn't have anything much to it. I feel like
Can we let go of their necks? Let's just step off of their necks for 1 second. We don't need to go down this rabbit hole.
What, he started?
I'm sorry, he asked me.
No, we don't need the venom, okay? You don't need to claw each other's eyes out right now.
unlike many other schools, we didn't have to get relocated in the last 40 years to make it into a better school. We were already sufficient and adequate in the space that we were in for about 200 years. But that's fine.
No.
Whatever happens.
We also haven't been raising money to build a building. That's never going to be built.
right?
Do you have a castle on your school, right?
You know what's funny to me?
Do you?
I actually wanted to slay comment this. You know what's funny to me?
Because your school looks like Lestevan.
Yeah, like small like we.
Anyway,
What's the most problematic thing you've ever thought about?
how can be on the spot ask me a question I don't know? I don't just go around being like, let me keep this in mind.
Genocide.
To the vault.
Stalin.
I don't think about those things.
What's the one polarizing thought you could say right now?
I don't think about it. Like, tell me something and I'll agree or disagree with you.
Yeah. So my one polarizing thought outside of this is that I really do think that
I like how you're trying to get me canceled. I told you that I'm trying to make money.
no, you're not
And I
gonna
think
get
I'm trying to
canceled.
convince you to get me.
But honestly, though, when you go left, you usually go right. Just saying, you're gonna get clicks. But anyway, point is
I don't just want clicks.
that will
I
monetize
want
you.
longevity.
You'll be fine. Yeah. My
I have a very tender soul. And you know this. I'm very sensitive.
Yeah, but you started podcast on me. Anyways, so the point is that my one polarizing thought that I think that everyone should know is that I believe that
Everybody should know it.
everyone should know this because I personally really, really stand by this. And this is probably really bad, but I think that reggae music is the worst genre known to man.
Incorrect.
And the reason why I think that is because I think it's struggle music.
The music that does.
No, there's a bunch of music that's awful, but reggae music is so struggly. I can't tell music that reminds me of my misfortune.
Poverty.
I can't do it. I'm not a struggling person. I can't do it. I can't put myself back in that space. So like when the people be like, I got guns and roses for my baby. Ooh, I can't do it. Why would I want guns and roses for my baby? That sounds like a hard life. I can't live in that
You
life.
want Michelin star restaurant?
I can't live in that life. I'm so sorry, but Buju and all the rest, Bob's, what was the same
I
reggae?
love reggae music.
Worst genre known to man.
I love reggae music.
Don't ever bring me to a reggae
Okay,
event.
so how about rap? The rap does have a lot of what struggle music in it.
Yeah, but then you and it's zombie problem.
Oh, okay.
I also don't listen to rap a lot.
So what's your genre?
Of music?
Who's gonna speak this? Let me ask.
Not you.
Clearly not.
Not you.
He's just over there like spit.
My genre. I listen to rap, but mostly I also don't listen to male. I don't like male artists. Please stop trying to push it on me.
Music.
Other than Usher and that one album,
Which one?
Confessions. Childhood thing.
When he-
Not my fault. But outside of that, don't try to push on me. I do not know male songs. I don't want to know male songs. I don't listen. Ooh, Bruno Mars. That's a pop ass. But that's the girl. They're calling her gay.
I know.
She didn't transition. But I am
Ariana Grande, that's your
I'm a female presenting
You know what he is?
artist lover.
He's a Rihanna.
I love
He's a
Rihanna.
baby.
Rihanna is my favorite person.
The reason
can't
why
stick
I'm
for that.
saying this is because what it was after World Cup,
Yeah, after World Cup.
we went to her house, like just down the
That's not
street.
her house.
Her old house, whatever.
Oh,
And-
in
Straight Rihanna Drive.
Rihanna Drive.
Right. And
I
There
almost
was
say
this
Westminster
person-
Abbey because that's
there
not
was
what it is.
this person who called me out for not following her on Instagram. He shamed me for not
You did
following.
not follow Rihanna on Instagram.
Why would I follow
You say this
her on
tone and you say
Instagram?
this exactly. That is exactly what it went.
But he said it a little bit more aggressive. He was like, "You don't follow her?
How could you?
Why would you not follow Rihanna on Instagram?
Why would I follow her? She don't post.
She does.
You see,
She
she
like
wouldn't
me.
know because she don't follow.
She like me. She's pop out ever so often. Like now that she got fancy, she's both her. But before, she would just be like, she was a big Twitter girl.
You okay? Just
No.
mentally?
You are literally reenacting
What happened?
what happened.
He embarrassed me.
I am embarrassed for you.
I was fine. I was
How
like,
could you?
Hold the.
I
Yeah,
don't
but
follow.
I just wrote it
I
as she
don't
was trying.
follow.
Oh, we're a national
A
hero.
national
I don't follow
hero.
artists on social.
She's
A national hero. Please,
I don't follow any artist.
honestly, defund this podcast.
I don't
It's a
follow
wrap.
any
Cut
artist.
the cameras. Dada. How dare you?
How dare I not follow any artist whatsoever?
Alright, national.
No.
Why Rihanna is
I don't follow
National
any
hero.
of our
National
national
hero.
heroes.
I only got two of them.
We got
because
two of
they're dead.
I don't follow them.
They don't have social media.
I don't follow
You
any
get mad
of
at
them.
Buster with a social media?
Yo.
Yeah. I don't follow-
Also, Busta is not real.
Yeah, isn't. But yeah,
Busta does not exist. There's no such thing as Busta.
Buster is the friends.
It's a fictional. Busta is a fictional character.
Used to represent basically our fight for
Yeah.
freedom and everything.
So the revolution in 1816, Busta is a character to emulate or represent the as like a token, not token, but like as a figure of the revolution to amplify what it meant rather than it being an actual person. There's no Buster. Buster doesn't exist.
That makes sense.
Buster is fake. So that statue, false.
Yeah, versus reality.
Social media versus reality. Also, you know who's really big on social media versus reality? Me and Molly.
I don't follow her either.
I love Mia. That's my auntie. But
I know that I'm on her internet right now, but
sometimes you could just change and help. But I love you. Do better, but I love you. I'm really serious. Cost of living? Any dumps?
you just say things that aren't serious.
No, everything that I think is, I'm very serious about it. I'm just like, Cost of living? Any dumps? Somebody in Mia's fucking internet literally went to QP Bistro and did a video and said, oh my God, this is an American. She said, oh my God, everything in Barbados dollars is like 2 to 1. So if I have $5 US, I have 10 Beijing. Babes, yeah, QP Bistro. You're spending the most money you will ever spend in life, anywhere, ever. Because Barbados is one of the most expensive countries in the world. Do not come back. Please. Also, I don't like... Anyways.
Go ahead.
No, I can't say.
Use the platform.
You can say it.
Use the platform.
Say it.
I don't like African Americans. Because they're trash.
If we're being real, that's a very Caribbean thing.
That's a fair statement. And not African Americans are not trash. I should not say that. Black Americans, first of all, because I don't agree with the African American thing because that's stupid. But Black Americans, as a unit, not as individuals, do represent a level of society I can't really endorse because they're very... They represent, or they try to represent a lot of things, or they try to say a lot of things and do a lot of things that, to me, emulate how white people interact with the world without noticing that they're isolating themselves based on the narrative that they're trying to put out. So they try to make it seem like Black Americans have like a super every Black person has a unique experience, but I'm saying they try to make it seem like Black Americans have this unique, disastrous experience that does not correlate with any other experience that exists on this world. And Caribbean people hate Americans, and Africans hate Americans, and these people hate Americans. I'm just like, we hate you not because of anything other than how you act and how you treat people. Mm-hmm. You act like the same people that you have an issue with, which is the white people. And do the same thing to other people in your country that white people do to you.
And that's one of the reasons why after working that was...
I have an issue with that. Because they would say that Caribbean people or African people have an issue with Americans or Black Americans specifically, and that we don't identify with them. And the reason is because y'all ostracize us a lot. You make it seem like if we have an issue with you, and when you see them like tweeting or saying things or Instagram or whatever, you're like, okay, this is not true. Because like they would say like stuff like we have a whole different history. Caribbean people have the same history as African Americans in many aspects. So there are a lot of things that I can say that I would never say that I would never understand what African American person has gone through, because our system has been based on similar things, right? And African Americans will be like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Civil War? We have that. Y'all don't have that. Y'all don't understand anything. That doesn't make sense. But I'm just saying. But, you know, we're privileged. We live in a country that is 90% black people. So
Take that as then become their issue, right? Your important. Because it's like, oh, y'all live in a place where y'all are the
use a host. Use a host.
so
He's a host.
Yeah.
Hosting. Listening.
so since using majority, y'all clearly can't have issues. Not understanding, it just feel worse being black
And a majority.
and having nothing. Having
No, literally.
just feeling like if you don't have any say because somebody that literally owns you, their family and their generations now have all the wealth and they're not, I guess, racist anymore, but
Inverted commas.
inverted comments, but they can control everything that they
Yeah.
do.
In their small numbers.
In their
Without being threatened, without feeling uncomfortable. That is why being in Barbados as a minority in the world, not necessarily a minority in Barbados, but a minority as in blacks are like the minority generally in most spaces, are more like the disadvantaged part of the society. Like there are 90% of people that are black in Barbados, or 95% of people that are black in Barbados. However, the wealth is concentrated in a space that is white and others, but mostly white, and any in-betweens are assimilations of that white access rather than a distinctive black presence in that space, right? So like most black people that get money do the exact same things that white people have done for years and try to gatekeep and try to have the same like measures of like what being wealthy and what being accessible is in that space. And it's kind of hard to be in this space and be like, yo, we went to Harrison College, and knowing people that are varying racial backgrounds and varying socioeconomic backgrounds, but all intelligent, and then navigating how people see us outside of school because of where they stand. Like they don't have to rely on anything other than the fact that they're white. They can literally just do whatever. They can do badly in school and go overseas and go to Canada, do finishing school, do college, whatever, come back, get a job, live independently, do whatever. And then we're struggling to figure out what's the best move for us. Nepotism. If my father can get me a job somewhere, that makes sense. If I can do admin, mind you, super educated guy, but still, you just get access in different spaces. There's only certain spaces we see as black people, or we see in Barbados, or we see in the Caribbean as spaces where we can access, and we have to be very aggressive to get these spaces and be able to get this kind of money or whatever the case may be. And like white people don't have to go through that here at all. They're so, and that's not a diss on them. Like if it was me, I would want that for me. You know what I mean? But like it's just uncomfortable when people act like if it doesn't exist, because it's 95% black people in Barbados. It still exists. Like the white people that have these things or do these things, even like seeing like influencers that do all these things to be known or be seen or whatever, but then this one white influencer might be able to get a bunch of other like collabs or things just based on the fact that they're white.
That's happening on TikTok right now.
That's
so
crazy,
many
right?
people coming from like England or another country, and they're monopolizing Barbie
on this culture, and they're not black. Like there are people that do similar, almost identical things that will never get the recognition, that are never gonna be seen the same way. And it's hard to digest it when you're like, literally the person that like, we're the sideline persons, you know what I mean? We're the people that are pushed to the side, and we're the majority. And it's like, I know friends of mine that come and ask me like, why don't you do more? Why don't you try to be more influencer? Or why don't you try to do more in that space? I'm just like, because it's too hard. It's too hard. I've seen people that don't do anything that have gotten a bunch of things that are white without any, not that they didn't work hard for it, but that they didn't have to work that hard for it. You know what I mean?
They didn't work hard for it.
And then I know for me, like, even getting an extra 5 followers is like, that's a task, because people don't like to see even, and sometimes it comes back to how we see ourselves too, because it's like the audience that also buys into it. But like, the people don't see us as marketable, or they don't see us as, they don't want to buy into this version of Barbados. They want to buy into the version of Barbados that makes sense to them, or that's easy for them to digest, or whatever the case may be. And that's so fucking hard to like just think about all the time. Like, no matter what, like, we gotta keep being on 10s, 20s, 30s, 40s, while people could just be on 0 and live and exist and be fine and be great. That is insane to me. People can get a job like this, have no qualifications, no shade, but no qualifications at suddenly job. And there are people that I know that went to US schools, even went to school here, have 2 degrees, and have to settle for a job that they got rather than a career. Or have to leave because the only way that they're gonna get noticed is if they leave. That's insane to me. And people come back here like, I just want, just want to have fun here. Like, no. I'm just like, how can I have fun here if I don't even have the opportunity to have fun here? That's crazy to me.
Yeah, that's what it is here. Everybody does just see this as a tourist place.
She said host. No, literally, like even we see it like that, because this place is not for us. Like, we don't see, I don't think people in our age group see Barbados as like a place for us. I think we see it as a place that we live in, that we have to live in, and it's hard to leave, and it's kind of hurtful to see many iterations of like our community not serving us. Like, I don't see myself in a lot of community, and like, I'm a gay black. Am I light skin? Is that what it is? Right. I'm a gay black light skin man in Barbados. Like, being gay, not easy in Barbados. Being light skin, not necessarily that it's not easy in Barbados, but there are nuances to being light skin in Barbados. You know what I mean? And there are privileges that come with it, but then there's also like weirdness that comes with it too. And I'm just like, I am not any of those things, because I am literally just a black man. By the way, I identify as a black man because I am a black man. My parents are black, but then I have to deal with the pressure of feeling like, because I'm super light skinned, I'm mixed. Or I have the pressure of feeling like, oh, people think that I have access because I'm mixed. I don't. I'm still black. My parents are black. I still have the same struggles in the sense. So like, I kind of have to like navigate and be like, literally, I don't have any benefits. It just seems like I have benefits. People think I have benefits. I'm just like, that's not really true. In relation to like really like real fast, not just like, I mean, yeah, sometimes aesthetically people will be like, oh yeah, you're light skinned and you're cute, versus very stupid, because darker the berry, sweeter juice. Anyway, but for me, like, I just feel like it's just kind of uncomfortable to like exist and be me while also having to like fight off all the other demons that everybody puts on me. Like, why do I have to do that? And then still present as like super happy or super loving to be here. That's kind of crazy to me. Right. I don't know.
That
Weird.
is very true. Very true. I'm tired.
See,
So we're gonna stop.
I'm drunk, apparently. So they said.
I love the honesty. The honesty with that. But I thought you would say that until the end. To be like, I'm drunk.
No, I've been drinking forever. I haven't slept, by the way.
Thank you so much for watching this episode of We Need to Talk. Thank you so much for coming on the podcast. We will see more of Jerron probably later.
Apparently I'm booked for 2 other sightings.
That's because you're in love with Courtney.
And Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
So, you see me soon.
Bye.
Bye. Do you need stuff?
I said,
So we don't need stuff.